Do you think it's working? Yo! Shout out to the new mic, bro. We don't even know if it works, but shout out to the new mic. For real. Alright, guys. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to do top 5 favorite TV shows. So, I guess a little bit of a different content.
Okay, so this is very hard to do because I watched a bunch of shows. I watched a lot of shows that I've liked, but these are the first 5 that came to mind. So I decided to put these in my top 5, and then there's all ones that we're gonna mention. We're gonna do some honorable mentions, of course, and we would like to do reviews on these shows in the future, like individually. But right now, what we're gonna do is video. We're gonna talk about. I think we should talk more about like what a show means to us and how it entertains us and stuff like that. Not really get into much like review because it's his favorite, what we like about it.
I'm not a big TV show guy. Like if we're talking about TV shows, mostly Abram. I'm much more of a movie guy. But there's obviously some TV shows that really stand out. Yeah. And like Abram was saying, this is not necessarily what we think are the best shows. Like, we're talking about that. Like, once you see our list, you're gonna be like, what?
All right. So let's do
honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. No, should we do it at the end?
You want to do it at the end or right now? Well, what do you?
I think we should do it at the end. Yeah, somebody's gonna talk to us.
What do you think, Tita? Our producer, Katrina.
At the end, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right. So at number 5, I got La Casa de Papel. Yeah, so I put in Money Heist at number 5. And what this show means to me, I started watching it in 2020. And the show had already been out for a minute. And my friends kept telling me, "Boy, you gotta watch it. It's fire. It's kind of like Prison Break." And I'm a big Prison Break fan. That's going to be one of my honorable mentions. So, like, this show just hooked me. I love shows that have, like, a character that's very smart, that tricks people. Like, when they're criminals, but they're doing good things in a way. Like, they have a good reason for why they're doing the crimes. And the characters, man, I loved it. It's funny because this is the only show that I watched in Spanish that I didn't mind. Yeah. I know Spanish, but when it shows in Spanish, I'll be getting upset. Yeah, I'm like, bro, I don't like hearing that. But, like, since it's actually in Spanish, I don't care. Yeah. I get mad when it's, like, Breaking Bad in Spanish. Yeah. Like, oh, vamos a cocinar. This show has some of the most sad deaths I've ever seen in my life. Obviously, when you're in that world of crime, some police are involved. Like, some people are going to die. But, man, like, they killed off some main characters that I did not expect. I was crying in my bed at 4 a.m. I remember season 4. I watched it, like, all in a row because I was so hooked. And then I was crying. I'm not gonna say names, I'm not gonna get that deep into spoilers. But man, El Professor is one of my favorite characters.
That's crazy, bro. El Professor. Yeah, he's been trying to get me to watch it, but I refuse to watch it.
We're gonna do like I said, a bit review in the future. So yeah.
Did you hear that earthquake that just happened? All right, so my number 5 is actually Family Guy. Nah, I know it might sound crazy. But let me explain. The thing is, like, Family Guy is the type of show that I can literally, bro, I can pull up on any episode of Family Guy and I'll like it, bro. I'll laugh. I really like the characters. I know this is like a stupid thing, but like I told you guys, it's my list, bro. So it's just that, like, I be seeing it on TikTok. You guys, do you be getting a million Family Guy clips on TikTok, bro? Every second.
Quick Family Guy story. I remember I heard that it was coming out, and I was young.
What are you talking about? I was there in the premiere of Family Guy.
No, I swear I was, though.
Dude, but they put it on Telemundo, bro.
I put it on exactly. Yes, bro.
That bitch came out on Telemundo for a bit.
I put on the first episode, and I see this girl taking out, like, her clothes and getting naked. And my friends were like, nah, you're not watching that.
Dude, I think they canceled it because they thought it was a kid's show. Bro,
dude, I thought it was a kid's show, too.
Because they put it out, like, at an early time, bro. And people thought it was a kid's show. And then people were watching it, and I think they took it out. That's why they took it off.
Yeah, I remember I was like, bro, what the heck is this? But yeah, I wouldn't mind in the future. And obviously, I don't care anymore. I'm older, but yeah.
No, but I really like it. It's just funny, bro. It's just one of those shows that you can just turn your brain off to and just watch it. You can put it in the background, do whatever you need to do. And it's just funny, bro. It's just one of those stupid shows that I just really like.
So, at number 4, I got Stranger Things. It's funny because Stranger Things has been out for a minute. I feel like it's one of those shows that always existed,
Yeah.
And like I always heard about it. Louis would talk about it all the time. My other friends would talk about it.
because I know who Louis is.
Whatever about Louis is Louis. So yeah. And I would always say I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it eventually. And then last year season 4 was coming out. So then my friends were like, bro, you gotta watch it now. And one of my best friends at the time, I'm like, dude, hey, okay. We made a deal. I told her, oh, you watch WandaVision, I watch Stranger Things.
Who?
That way, you gotta cut out her name. Yeah, whatever. Who he said that? You're not gonna hear it, but yeah. So I watched it. Immediately got hooked. Super fire. It has the best, one of the best ensembles of characters. And I was actually about to say that the first season gets you hooked right away because there's so much mystery. and then you have obviously the monster side, and then you have the kid side. You have the high schoolers. I feel like it's something for everybody. You have the adults with Hopper and Joyce. So I showed it to my parents and they loved that as well. Obviously, my favorite character is Steve Harrington. I even dressed up as him for Halloween. But then my parents were like more into like the police and like the girl that he likes, Joyce. But yeah, this show's amazing, bro. It has that 80s feel. It's funny. It has action. It has stakes. It has emotion. So the show, it's like a really special show for me. It's like one of those once in a lifetime shows, and I'm super excited for season 5. Season 4 was amazing, and yeah, I watched it late, but I enjoyed it just as much.
We're gonna drop a light review of all of it when season 5's about. When season 5's about to come
yeah,
out.
Actually, when I get more into it, I feel like there's so much to say about the show that it's hard for me to just like off the top of my head like talk about it.
We're gonna do what we're kind of doing for Better Call Saul. Well, what we're gonna do for you, because when season 4 comes out, we're gonna drop a review of each season. The like 1 week before, like Yeah,
one thing that I'll say that makes it so special is that the show started in 2015, so the kids were like super young, and now it's 2022. And they're way older, and then like you grew up with the kids.
Yeah, it's kind of like Harry Potter.
That's kind of something that I missed because I started watching it so late. For the people that started watching it when it first came out, that must have been like a real special feeling for them. And then when we see them at the end, they're gonna be like straight up like 20-year-olds. So that's gonna be really cool.
My number 4 is another Cab one. Is like the Arrowverse, but more specifically like Flash and Arrow. But I would say like the first 5 seasons of each show. 4 or 5 seasons of each show.
Yeah.
The Arrowverse and Arrow specifically came out in an era where the superhero shows and movies, they were really about to reach its peak. I think they came out at a perfect time because that's when people we have finished having stuff like Smallville and stuff like
and like the MCU was starting.
The MCU was starting. And then I think it came out at a perfect time. Really when the superhero boom, I guess you could call it, when that really started spiking. And I think with that, Arrow starts off super good. I think the first 2 seasons of Arrow are incredible.
The first season of Arrow, some of my favorite television of all time.
I got to keep it a buck. It's dark, but dark in a good way. And I think I really like what they did with Arrow. I think they changed him a lot. They made him more into like a Batman character, but that's totally fine. I think it really fit what they were doing. I think, honestly, the downfall was adding Flash. The Flash was fire, but I think what the Flash did, it just made it way more.
Like you had to time together. And then you made Arrow have to go into the worlds that didn't really fit him, like the mystical, the superpowers.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, when he's fighting against them, he's always going to be like short-handed. So you started pulling out like.
Yeah, I think they took it a little bit too far, and that was really like why it started going downhill. But I think the first 4 or 5 seasons, it was really watchable. I stopped watching. I got to keep it a bug. It's there just because.
Season 5?
I don't know. I might have.
Not with Prometheus.
That
was a really fire season.
I think, I think the last season I watched was season 5.
And the one of him in the prison? Honestly, for me...
I think I only started that one. I think that was season 6.
You didn't finish that one?
No, I don't think so.
That was season 7. But honestly, I actually finished Arrow completely. And one of my honorable mentions, The Flash, I stopped watching The Flash. For me, that got too much. And it's about to finish like this year, I think. Did I already finish?
No, it's going to come on the last... We could maybe do a live review. I don't know if you're interested.
I wouldn't mind doing like a review on the first few seasons of both. Yeah, those are really good. But yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. At the peak, both amazing shows, but then it does CW thing. You make it too long. You keep putting out seasons when you should have stopped.
And I think the fact that it came out at such a perfect time and maybe really into it because that's when we really started loving superheroes.
I mean, we're kids, We saw The Flash and everyone were like, oh,
that's dope. So next, number 3.
At number 3, I got The Office. And what can I say about The Office, man? One of the funniest.
I got The Office at number 3.
Yeah, so I guess we can talk about it together. One of the TV shows of all.
One of the
TV shows of all time.
It is. Technically.
One of the funniest TV shows ever, man. Like, just with that awkward humor, that situational humor. You have just people in the office, man. It's crazy how the show is so good because it literally just people working at an office. But you have some of the most, like, unique characters of all time with Michael Scott, with Dwight, with Pam and Jim. Pam and Jim, one of the best TV relationships of all time.
For sure.
And man, that show brought out some of the biggest laughs for me, like ever. And it also brought out emotions.
For sure.
Because since it was always like so goofy, when there would be like an emotional moment, like it would hit because it didn't happen often. Like, I think back to the time that Michael pulled up to Pam's art show, dude, that had me like sad because Michael obviously had his flaws. But you always cared about him. You always wanted to see him succeed. So when he would get a win, you were so happy for him.
For sure. Because he was a good guy at the end of the day.
Like,
And I think with me, The Office, it works so much because it was funny.
It's relatable.
It's relatable. I guess you could say that. Like the characters, they're a little bit, they're not real in the sense that like that's a real person, but they're close enough. Yeah, they're close enough. And I feel like like Abram said, it was really relatable. And I think I don't know if the show could come on now just because of some of the jokes that are making.
Yeah, the jokes are crazy. Man.
And I do think when Michael Scott left, you could definitely tell that the show sort of
like they started going into like big humor, like cartoon humor and stuff like that.
And I think because Michael was arguably probably the main character, and I think he really like he was really like the face of The Office, I would say. So obviously when he left, 100%. But I think it was just really. I just love the show. It's just a lovable show that you can watch. You know what I'm saying? Just
that's not a show you can put in the bag. You don't have to like focus too much. It has a story, it has a good story, like overarching story. But then it also is a bit episodic, so it works. It works both ways. Yeah,
I love it. Number 2, do you have the same as me?
Yeah, I do. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yeah, so we wanted to group these together just because.
Obviously, we haven't finished Better Call Saul yet,
but we wanted to group these together because what we've seen there, it's just so even right there, and they're part of the same universe. So kind of like what I did with the Arrowverse. We wanted to do it with this, but I just love Breaking Bad because, well, let's keep it about Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul are 2 of the best TV shows of all time.
Okay, we're talking about like out of all of these shows,
this is the best.
That's the best one that I've ever watched.
Breaking Bad is arguably the greatest TV show of all time.
100%.
I mean, we're gonna get into a Breaking Bad review really soon,
and we're already doing the Better Call Saul one,
so we don't really want to talk too much about these. But I just want to say,
some of the best writing of all time.
Some of the best writing, some of the best characters of all time. Walter White, his arc is probably top 5 greatest cinematic 100%. Arcs of all time. Like keeping it a bug, bro. How this man starts and how he finishes is incredible. Saul Goodman, another great character. He's so charismatic. He's so charming. He's just a guy that you root for. He's like the little man that is just that everyone loves.
So yeah, dude, that show had me at the edge of my seat so many times with season 4 and season 5, and like you were saying, the transformation that Walter goes through is insane. Like it blew me away. And then you have Jesse, one of the best like secondary main characters of all time. And like the topic that a guy who's so like bland and goes crazy and becomes like a criminal at the end, like it was a crazy story, but they made it work so perfectly. And then being able to do a spin-off of Better Call Saul, making it work just as well.
Yeah, it makes you want to cook meth. Nah, look, I'm gonna say this though. Seeing Walter and Jesse create that business and seeing it prosper, it really made me want to do this with Abram. Like I think I told him. I know. Serious? Deadass. Yeah. I think I saw it at such a perfect time, and this YouTube thing came out basically at the same time that I was finished watching season 5, and seeing them prosper and make that business. It really, really inspired me.
That Must Do is definitely one of my favorite parts of the whole show.
Yeah,
and it will get me sad whenever like Walter will do him wrong.
Yes,
Jesse, like obviously he's a criminal, but he's a good guy.
Yeah,
and like you can tell that Jesse cared for him, and I know Walter did too, but Walter was already too like deep into his ego. And his mindset of, whatever it takes to continue making money and all of that and getting power. But dude, that dynamic was so awesome. And then at the end, when he decides to like save him and they look at each other, and that is
no spoilers, but
I think, dude, you see it on TikTok all the time. Well, we're gonna get more into it when we do the reviews of this season. Okay, so some honorable mentions that come to the top of my head are Parks and Rec. It's very similar to The Office. It has a super lovable cast, some of the funniest humor ever. You have Chris Pratt in there. You have I forgot Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
I don't know. I never saw it.
Yeah, but yeah, you have just like some of the most lovable characters, and it's funny, like I was saying, and it has a great story. Other mention the Arrowverse that he already talked about. I got Prison Break in there. All American when I first started.
All American when I first started was fire.
I was loving it because it was like that high school, and then the football was super epic. I stopped watching it not because it became bad. I just kind of like lost interest.
Yeah.
And then Outer Banks, another good show that I watched.
Dude, what do you say? You is up there?
Nah, thank you for reminding me. You's in the
Jew.
YouTube. Okay. It's probably like the top 8. Like it's such a unique show.
Nah, for sure. You're rooting for the villain in the show.
Yeah, it's like you're rooting for him, especially in season 3. I know you haven't gotten there yet, but you really start rooting for him later on. But like, it's just it makes you feel weird. It makes you feel like a bit uncomfortable.
I get what you're saying
at times, but it's just Joe Goldberg is an amazing character. Him as a protagonist and also talking throughout the show. Just going like seeing what's going on through his mind. How it justifies his actions because it's for love. And
that you review coming very soon. Just keep waiting for that.
I'm excited to talk about it more.
For sure.
Thinking back to
just finish it. Yesterday. I finished it yesterday. The first
How you feel about that first season?
I liked it a lot. Well, we'll talk about it in the review.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more later.
Alright, so my honorable mention, I know it sounds super stupid, but when it came out at the time, bro, Power Rangers.
No, Power Rangers is go
spitting,
hard,
bro. Power Rangers Wild Force, bro. That was my childhood right there, bro. And then number 2, the Justice League series. Actually, that whole I would say that Justice League series when it had also the Batman animated show, the Superman, all that entire like universe, fire, bro. That was all fire. I would say Arrested Development. I would say Netflix kind of ruined it. I think you'll like it. The humor of it is kind of like that Jason Bateman type humor. So it really works. I don't like the last few seasons. I think Netflix kind of ruined it. But the first 3 seasons, bro, super. Like the writing in that show, bro. The writing in that show is crazy good. Like, bro, it has insane tie-ins. Anyways, I would say Grey's Anatomy. You know, my girlfriend made me watch it. My girlfriend really made me watch
the longest show of all time.
The longest show of all time. We're going into like the 18th season. The main character is leaving, which I don't even know because it's called Grey's Anatomy. You know, Meredith Grey is leaving. So I would say,
it'll be called Anatomy.
Yeah, it's gonna be called Anatomy. I think that show is good. I think that the problem with that show is that it just gets repetitive. But I think the characters are dope. I really, you know, you end up really liking it. You end up really enjoying it. Katrina, what do you like about that show? Our producer Katrina. What? Everything? Nah, that's I only watched the first 4 seasons. Bro, 4 seasons is a lot, bro. You doesn't even have 4 seasons yet.
Nah, it doesn't.
And but the thing is that it's 1 hour every episode, and it's 23 episodes.
Nah, it's a
lot, bro. It's a lot. It's too much.
Somebody that always like fights himself in finishing every show.
No, I couldn't.
That was a no. That would be a challenge, bro. That'd be a challenge. And I don't even like doctors like that. So.
And then number 5, Mandalorian. I know that's like as my honorable mention, the one that I really want to do. Mandalorian is dope. I can't wait for you to watch that. I think
I'm gonna watch it for sure. Like I should start with a few other ones. Like I will put like WandaVision in there.
Yeah,
super random.
Some of the Marvel shows,
but like WandaVision, like first time watching it, one of the best experiences. Like all the theories that were coming out on Twitter, and I would actually wake up at 6 a.m. to watch the next episode because it was so intriguing. And I thought I know him, but I forgot.
Order. So our number 1, you want to do your number 1?
All right. So my number 1, you guys haven't seen that post in the back of How I Met Your Mother, and I said for a reason that is my favorite show of all time, no question about it. And like, it's a sitcom, you know, it's similar to Friends, but I think it's my favorite because I watched it at the perfect time. I was like an 8th grader. The original concept of a guy trying to find the love of his life is awesome. It has a comedy of most sitcoms, but it has also a best story that I've seen. Obviously, the ending is very controversial, and I didn't like it myself, but the journey to the ending is amazing. You have Barney Stinson, one of my favorite characters of all time. He's like a bad person for a lot of the show because of what he does with girls and everything. But you could have still from the start he had a nice heart, and then the arc that he goes through becoming like such a good person towards the end kind of gets messed up. But I would love to talk about that show more in detail. Well, maybe we'll do that in the future. I guess what I was gonna say, this show is being told from the future. So Ted is already found the wife and selling kids a story. So the show's able to do some things that no other sitcom gets to do. Because first of all, Ted is telling the story, so he's sometimes a not unreliable narrator. So you're able to like make crazy things happen, and you can always excuse it because he's telling a story. That's how the way he's telling it. So you get things like flashbacks, you get special effects, you get like somebody like freaking getting in a bicycle and doing flips in the air. Like a lot of insane things happen, and that's what makes it unique. And it's just like the thought of that there being somebody that's perfect for you. Yeah, like seeing somebody go through so many struggles through life, so many dating struggles, and then but then knowing that there's a finish line, it kind of keeps you like happy throughout the show. And then Marshall and Lily, they're together right from the beginning of the show, and that gives the show the ability to be able to explore their relationship like a lot because they have been together since college. And people think like, oh, you find your soulmate. That's it. Like once you find your person, like everything is good. But like being with somebody takes a lot of work, and they show that. And they show that, and then like there's like struggles that they have with like, oh, like I haven't been able to like live my own life, you know. And they have freakouts, but at the end of the day, I always like stay together because they love each other. And yeah. Shout out to my girlfriend. My number 1 is Friends. So the reason I love Friends, I think the 6 characters that they have, they all really drive the show. I like all 6 characters. I think that's some of the best 6 characters in television. Like the ensemble of the 6 of them, I think you care about all of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think the characters in Friends are just incredible. I would say like some of the best characters. Right? Yeah, I'm not about to. I like the story. I really like the story when well, I don't know, but
I don't know if I want to spoil it, but like, bro, that's
like Friends has been out for a year.
So like when Chandler and Monica were getting married, I really liked that entire season. I think I just really like it. Like there's not a specific reason why I like it. I just really like it. I just really enjoy it. You know, it doesn't have the best story. It probably doesn't have the best characters. It doesn't have the best anything really. But it's just a show that I liked. And that at the end of the day, that's really our list. If you take a look at our list, that's really what it is.
I feel like it's kind of difficult to explain why you like it so much.
Sometimes you just like it, bro. I really just ended up liking Friends. So, I mean, that's basically our list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different. I think it's pretty long.
Yeah,
but shout out to producer Katrina. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.